Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today, we're doing something that will seriously help your English sound more natural in real conversations. But here's the thing. A lot of English learners know grammar. A lot of English learners know vocabulary. But then somebody starts talking casually and it suddenly feels like, what did they just say? And honestly, that's normal. Native speakers use phrases, slang, shortcuts, and weird little expressions all the time. So today, I'm going to teach you some daily English phrases people actually use during small talk and casual conversations. And these are not the super basic phrases you already know, like how are you or nice to meet you. We're going a little deeper today. I'll explain what each phrase means, when people use it, and how it sounds in real life. So grab a coffee, relax, and let's practice some real English together. Also, like and subscribe if you want to become fluent in English. 1. I'm just trying to wake up. This is something people say in the morning when they're tired. Maybe somebody at work says, "Hey, how's it going?" And you answer, "Honestly, I'm just trying to wake up." You're basically saying, "My brain is still asleep." People say this all the time in the morning, especially before coffee. 2. It's been one of those days. This phrase is super common. It's been one of those days. It means your day has been stressful, annoying, messy, or tiring. Maybe your phone ran out of battery. Maybe you spilled coffee on yourself. Maybe work was exhausting. You don't even explain everything. You just say, "It's been one of those days," and people immediately understand. 3. I barely made it here. This means you arrived just in time. For example, I barely made it here before class started. Or, I barely made it to work on time. Native speakers use barely a lot. 4. I'm running on no sleep. This is such a common phrase. I'm running on no sleep. It means you're extremely tired because you didn't sleep enough. College students say this constantly. Parents say this constantly. Honestly, everybody says this constantly. 5. I didn't think today would drag this much. Drag means feel slow and boring. If work feels endless, you can say, "Wow, today is really dragging." Or, "I didn't think today would drag this much." It's a very natural phrase. Number 6. That's actually not a bad idea. Native speakers love saying things this way. Instead of saying, "That's a good idea," they'll often say, "That's actually not a bad idea." English speakers sometimes sound less direct on purpose. 7. I've just been all over the place lately. This means your life feels messy, busy, or disorganized. Maybe emotionally, maybe mentally, maybe physically busy. For example, "Sorry I haven't replied much. I've just been all over the place lately." It's a very real phrase. 8. I didn't realize how tired I was. People often say this after finally relaxing. For example, "I took a nap and didn't realize how tired I was." This is supernatural English. 9. I'm trying to get back into a routine. This means you're trying to rebuild good habits. Maybe after vacation, maybe after being lazy for a while. People say this a lot when relating to sleep, going to the gym, studying, and eating healthy. 10. I'm not really in the mood for that. This is a very useful phrase in real life. It means, I don't want to do that right now. For example, if someone says, "Do you want to go to the mall?" You could say, "Eh, I'm not really in the mood for that." This phrase is soft and natural. 11. I swear everybody's tired lately. I swear does not always mean bad language. A lot of times it just means seriously. For example, "I swear everybody's tired lately." This is a very conversational phrase. 12. I didn't expect it to be this crowded. This phrase is perfect for malls, restaurants, events, and stores. 13. I've been meaning to ask you something. This means you wanted to ask something for a while. For example, "I've been meaning to ask you, where did you get those shoes?" Native speakers use this phrase often. 14. That totally slipped my mind. This means I forgot, but it sounds much more natural than only saying I forgot. For example, did you call him? That totally slipped my mind. 15. I'm not trying to overthink it. This is a very modern phrase. Overthink means thinking too much about a problem. For example, I saw the text already. I'm not trying to overthink it now. This is an extremely common phrase online too. 16. That came out of nowhere. This means something happened suddenly. For example, that rain came out of nowhere, or that argument came out of nowhere. 17. I'm low-key excited. Low-key means secretly or quietly. This is a slang word often used by young people. For example, I'm low-key excited for the weekend. Just a little excited. 18. I don't know how people do that every day. People use this when something sounds exhausting. For example, he wakes up at 5 a.m. every day. I don't know how people do that. 19. I'm just trying to make it through the week. This phrase is very common, especially with stressed students and workers. It means I'm tired and just trying to get through the week. 20. I needed this, honestly. People say this after relaxing, maybe after good food, sleeping, hanging out, after coffee, or after a quiet moment. For example, this coffee is amazing. I needed this, honestly. 21. I'm not gonna lie. Native speakers say this before honest opinions. For example, I'm not gonna lie, that movie was better than I expected. You'll hear this phrase everywhere online. 22. That would stress me out. Stresses me out means to make someone stressed. For example, I could never work in customer service. That would stress me out. 23. I've been stuck inside all day. This is very natural in conversation, especially during bad weather. It means that something is preventing you from going outside. 24. I feel like this week flew by. Flew by means time passed very quickly. For example, wait, it's already Friday? This week flew by. 25. I'm still half asleep. Half asleep means very sleepy. This phrase is perfect to use in the morning. 26. I wasn't ready for how cold it is outside. People say this during winter constantly, especially in Canada. 27. I'm trying to cut back on caffeine. Cut back means reduce something. For example, I'm trying to cut back on sugar, or caffeine, or social media. This is a very useful phrase if you're trying to say that you want to change a habit. 28. That sounds like way too much work. This is a funny phrase people use casually. For example, wait, you wrote a 20-page paper? Yeah, that sounds like way too much work. 29. I've just been keeping to myself lately. This means spending more time alone and quietly. Keeping to myself means that you've been spending more time alone lately. It's a very natural phrase to use in conversation. 30. I didn't know what to say, honestly. This is a good phrase for awkward situations. For example, she suddenly started laughing and I didn't know what to say, honestly. 31. I'm definitely gonna regret staying up this late. Everybody says this and still stays awake. 32. I need a break from my phone. This is a very modern phrase. A lot of people say this now because everyone is on their phone for long periods of time. 33. I'm surprised I even got out of bed today. This sentence is dramatic but a common joke phrase when tired. 34. I feel like everybody's busy these days. This phrase is excellent for conversation. 35. I've been trying to get my life together. This phrase means that someone is improving their habits and becoming more organized. Young adults say this all the time. 36. I didn't even notice the time. This means that time passed more quickly than expected. For example, we talked for 2 hours. I didn't even notice the time. Number 37. That's actually pretty funny. Notice how native speakers use actually, pretty, honestly, almost all the time. These words make English sound more natural. 38. I could honestly sleep for a week. This means that the speaker is extremely tired. Not literally sleep for a week. This is just dramatic English. 39. I'm trying to stay productive. This is a very modern self-improvement phrase. You'll hear this online constantly. 40. At least the weekend's almost here. This is a classic phrase you can use at work, especially on Thursdays and Fridays. 41. I didn't realize how much I missed this. People say this after returning to something they enjoy. For example, I didn't realize how much I missed hanging out like this. 42. I'm just glad everything worked out. This means the situation ended up good. 43. I've been trying to stay off social media. This is another modern everyday phrase. 44. I don't really have the energy for that right now. This means the speaker is emotionally or physically tired. It's a very natural phrase to use in a conversation. 45. I'm still trying to figure things out. One of the most real phrases ever, honestly. A lot of people feel this way about school, work, life, anything. 46. I didn't think today would be this exhausting. This is a great real-life phrase for work or school conversations. 47. I've just been taking things one day at a time. This is a very emotional and natural phrase. It means I'm focusing on today and not stressing too much about the future. 48. I'm way too invested in this show. In this phrase, invested means emotionally attached. For example, I stayed up until 3 a.m. because I'm way too invested in this show. 49. That's honestly so relatable. Relatable means you understand the feeling personally. Very internet style English. 50. I feel like everyone's just trying their best. It's very modern conversational English. Alright guys, hopefully these phrases helped you understand how real English actually sounds in daily conversations. Because honestly, learning individual vocabulary words is not enough anymore. You need phrases, you need rhythm, you need natural expressions people actually use. So here's your challenge. Pick 5 phrases from today's episode and try using them this week. Maybe in a comment, maybe in a text message, maybe while speaking English out loud by yourself. That's how fluency starts happening. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to come back for more English listening and speaking practice. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.